Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, hard to believe, our final Thursday night game of the year, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the LA Chargers. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys coming in, winning 3 of their last 4 games. Across from him, Charger head coach Jim Harbaugh. His guys know a home playoff game is in their future. They have clinched the division and look to be a real force in the AFC. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
A former Oklahoma State Cowboy, it's Chuba Hubbard. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down. The numbers on the ground last week for Hubbard. 17 carries, 80 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. 5 yards, and that means they come up short, as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Set.
Again, it's Hampton. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Wide 80. Wide 80.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Brought down on the play by Kayvon Thibodeau. The Chargers at 13-2 on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, you know, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here, and if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Set. Ready. Ready.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Set. Ready. Ready.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 16. The third down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
They'll work inside here. Hampton. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about.
Najee Harris with career touchdown number 75. And the Chargers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panthers offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he's been a huge factor in the passing game all season long. His numbers reflect that. Currently leads all NFL running backs in receiving yards. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here we go, Shaq. Panthers 60.
Now Martin from the gun on 3rd down. That one complete till again. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. Off the play fake. Martin. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2nd and 11. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
That is caught. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 16. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Slot man moves right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Martin. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal.
Ready up. Here we go, set.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Panthers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, Everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Set. Relating. Run. Set.
The drive begins with a carry by Hampton. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Kappa, kappa, kappa. Go.
Now it's Herbert. To the right side, he finds his receiver Harris. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
Set. 380. Run. Ready.
They'll toss right side to Hampton. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get in that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
380. Run. 380. Run. What is up?
On the option right, Herbert. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Open man right side, that's McConkey. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Set. 180. 180. Set.
They will run for it with Hampton. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25.
Delta. Set. Set.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Set. 380. Run.
On the give, this is Hampton. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
Black 80, black. Go.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Lad McConkey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Dicker now to tack on the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. A nice little juke. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Play action. It's Herbert. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nick Scorton in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Ready.
out of the gun, Herbert. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's Martin throwing to start the drive. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
On the counter, this is Hubbard. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down. Operating from the gun, Martin. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. The end result, 21 yards.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another 1st down.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
To the left side, he's got McMillan. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown! From 10 yards out. And the Panthers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Chargers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you can see he's closing in on a rushing title, the league leader coming into the penultimate week of the season. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. They'll start it out with a run by Hampton. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Second down and a yard.
Set. Ready. Route. Set.
Herbert. It's brought in by Harris. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Set. Cap it, cap it, cap it. What is it?
Herbert off of play action. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Back to throw here, Herbert. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the Panthers' 26-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
In a game like this, you're fighting, you're scratching, you're clawing, you're hammering away. That return has the feel of maybe cracking the rock and giving them a chance to get a big-time advantage.
The Chargers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Now, he's had a knack for finding the end zone all season long. His numbers reflect that. Here we are in the month of December, and he sits atop the NFL leaderboard in terms of rushing touchdowns.
Set. 380. Run. Run.
On first down, it's Hampton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Set. 380. Run. Go.
Here's Herbert. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because They've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Kayvon Thibodeau able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. On is the Chargers punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Off play action. Martin. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. They'll go with a keeper. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Off the play fake. Martin. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
To throw is Martin, operating from the gun. Looking middle, and he finds McMillan. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Give here to Hampton. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And some room to work. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On the handoff, it's Hampton. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Wide 80. Wide 80 hut. Go.
Herbert now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there are going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a first down carry for Harris. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's Herbert. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Trey Harris, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are able to widen their advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Martin from the gun, he'll throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far.
Camper. Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
At the 13-yard line.
Set. Delta, set. Set.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And this one finds McConkey. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter.
Set. Ready.
Now it's Hampton. And that's going to be good for a Chargers 1st down as the tackle made at about the 38. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
A gain of
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Again, it's Hampton. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Herbert. Hard throw. Incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Looking to put a drive together. Martin now throwing to start the drive. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And his throw is incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here, or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
The Panthers on 3rd down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Well, the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Here's Hampton. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 127 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Brendan, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, isn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, Look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Panthers about ready to take over. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go now.
Throwing to start the drive. Martin. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And picked up by the Chargers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth-quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
380. Run. Set. 380. Run. Run.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Set. 380. Run. Set.
Harris running straight ahead. And a short gain here down to the 22. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Ready.
From the gun on third down, Herbert. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Lad McConkey, his second touchdown of the night. And the Chargers are able to extend their lead. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 24. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard at doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Operating from the gun, Martin. That'll go for a gain of 7. And 3rd and 8 now. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you've got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll run for it. It's Hubbard. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Back to throw. Martin. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Martin. This is caught by McMillan. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 26. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Yellow, line, 33, yellow. Check, hut.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Azeez Ojulari in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead. and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Well, these guys want to do something positive as this game approaches its end, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, it's really been more indicative of how the game has gone for them.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
60 red.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Panthers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it, having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they hope to polish things off, and what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak.
Kappa.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Big Derek Brown making the stop.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
This is 2nd and 8.
Set. 380. Green hot. 180. 180 hot. Go.
Here's another carry for Harris. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
380.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Chargers, they improved to 14-2 with still 1 game left to be played in this regular season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they fall now to 6-10 on the year. And they will look to turn it around next time out. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.